Hey everyone, this is Matthew, and we're going to get into the Sandrock video. This is the last video that I made for the regular season. We so I didn't make videos for Vinemont, Ranburn, or Collinsville because we all lost those games. I didn't really feel, I don't know, we didn't have a ton of great plays. We did have some good plays, and PJ had a few good plays in Ranburn, and there were good plays in Collinsville, but I didn't get the footage of Collinsville until just a few days ago. So, I'm not going to make a hype video for a game that happened a while ago and was the last game for a lot of guys. So I don't know. I didn't feel obligated to make a video for Collinsville. If people really want it, and I hear a lot of people saying they want, we want to see the footage of Vinemont and Ranburn and Collinsville, then I'll sift through it and I can make something and send it all out again. But going on to this game now, sorry. Since this was the last game of the regular season, we're headed into playoffs after this video was aired. I wanted to incorporate kind of the highlights of all the games prior. So I use this little TV thing that I know how to do pretty well. I use the fisheye lens, static, scan lines, tearing, extra glow effect to make it look like it's, a TV. And I use this text in the bottom right, and what I would do, this was pretty hard to do actually. I applied the fisheye lens effect to the text as well, and thankfully it added this neat little drop shadow behind it to kind of show it's like, because that's how it looks like on an old TV. Oh, and I also have the fast forwarding effect here. As soon as you hear you hear the tape put in. Again, if you listen, all the sound I did for all the tapes, all the fast forwarding, all the the humming, all the buttons clicking, that's all done by me. So what was hard to do was to match the slow zoom in of the footage and the slow zoom in of the text. And basically what I did was I had to motion track the text over the video, and what I would do is I would cut pieces equal time amount of the that's how I did the blinking, was I cut, cut, and so you see it does the text doesn't stay the same size relative to the screen. Like here, here it's only this little part, but back at the beginning, it's off the screen pretty much. So that's a little thing that you probably wouldn't notice unless you're me. But see, as we get here, it's not the same curvature of the screen, and it is what it is though, and it turned out really good. So yeah. So what I did was, I didn't, take the whole editing stuff of each video and put it into one little thing. I took the final products, which are their own video clips, and just put them together and cut them a little bit here and there. I got some cool parts and just applied the effects to that whole track on the editing bay to be able to do this. Even though it looks like it's pretty hard, it didn't take me too long to figure it out. I had a lot of fun doing this part, even though it took forever to render this because there's so many effects. That's why the intro is, I had to handbrake it, which is where you make it look worse, but it's 123 megabytes. But the raw file, sorry, I'm kind of going off the beaten path here, but the raw file is no longer with us. I deleted it because it was so big, but it was like 3 gigabytes or something just for this 1 minute intro, which is a lot more than usual. Usually it's like 1 gigabyte per minute, but I'm actually using the program right now to edit down these commentaries. But there's this program called Handbrake where you condense the file size, and it doesn't lose too much quality. If you want the original stuff, darn, what am I trying to say? The original hype videos are a lot bigger files than the ones in the in the flash drives. All right, we'll continue. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. So yeah, fast forwarding. Yep, pretty much just fast forwarding. Um, the song I had to search for a good bit. I wanted something that was moody and kind of ambient and dramatic, and I found this by a guy I'd listened to before named Lorne. He makes these really cool atmospheric pieces that are kind of dark. Thankfully, this one's not too dark. But yeah, I like this one. And then I include again the War Dog chant. It's kind of slowed down to make sure it's not too short because I had to include, the Cleveland game too. I had to include all the games. So, right when he says "Let's go" and they start cheering, I add this echoey effect, and the music kicks in, and I press the pause, and it's paused on this great shot of all the guys, hooting and hollering, and it's a really good ending. So that's why I made the intro. It's its own little thing because in a way it's its own little recap video, which I think is pretty cool. And the tape pops out, and it fades to black, and then the music cuts in. I didn't have too much footage for Sandrock, and you can kind of tell that towards the end of the video because it's just some mediocre shots. It's nothing crazy going on, but it's the same formula. The guys are slow walking towards the enemy on the beats. I cut. You probably hopefully understand the process at this point. This is another great shot. We had some great shots of the guys coming out of the banner. I love the confetti that I guess Luttrell throws. I didn't know about that, but after I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. And you see it there, and you see the WCS flag, and the fog that we had is pretty awesome, making the guys look pretty menacing. Great shots. And then just some action shots, and this is a great toss to, I'm going to say Ryan, I think. Yeah, it's a great shot of Ryan. I love how the music messes with it, and I love how I, cut out when the music makes that noise, and it works really well. I'll do that later on. So this song was kind of, again, this is another shot of PJ not getting tackled. Had to include Joseph, because really it was one of the only good defensive plays we had. Joseph kept asking, hey, when am I going to make it in the video? When am I going to make it in the video? And I'm like, you haven't been in the videos yet? And he's like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, oh. So I made sure to tell him and made sure he realized that he was in this one. He made it in. And because he had all his good plays are on this side of the field. I'm not paying attention when he makes a great block or when he gets a tackle. I don't really just include tackles that are downfield a little bit. So he makes a good tackle for loss here. This is a little hard to tell, and I couldn't tell because I was focused on PJ as I was recording. But Jakari just levels this dude, and I didn't have any highlights of Jakari, so I wanted to put that in there. Jakari just, it looks pretty crazy, and this is Renee, and all the coaches start telling everybody to step back because PJ's coming there. But you see Jakari just towering over this guy. It's pretty awesome. Great pass, great tackle by PJ. This is great sack by, I think that was John Reese. Yeah, John Reese. Touchdown. And then, okay, so interesting about this song, and I didn't really like it, but I was using the song. I was already using it. It's like second big drop is here, and I still have a whole pretty much a minute left to do. So it kind of made stuff a little bit hard to deal with towards the end of the video because I was running out of footage. Because I already used, here this is the great play of Cox's pass to PJ. That's literally actually an awesome pass and a great catch. So great, in fact, that the guy who's covering PJ collapsed immediately after the score, which is pretty cool. So as I was saying, this is the climax of the video, and I still have a minute left after this. So I was kind of this one was a little. I felt it wasn't great because I felt like it wasn't as good because I kind of felt like I was struggling to finish it, but people loved it. So again, zooming in and out with the beat, and just slow motion. Just there's no noise. It's awesome. The guy's doing a good job covering PJ, but you can't cover PJ. And it's a great little catch, and see there I don't know if it's either frustration or just appreciation of how good that was. Probably the former, but I think it looks pretty cool. And then you have the celebration that him and Ryan do. I haven't gotten that great on film, and that's not the best celebration that they've done, but I wanted to include it. because I did that throughout the season. John Reese going off again. John Ross doing a great job. I love that. I zoomed in and pulled out right as I almost I right when the shot starts is right here. That's when I started recording. I don't record perfectly every single play. Sometimes I start a little bit late just because the camera is a little janky and doesn't focus, and I don't want to record something that's not focused. So I started recording right there, so it's zoomed in, and I zoom out right as it pulls out when he's passing. It's an awesome shot, and PJ, does a great job. Not getting tackled. Literally, there's only Sandrock people. There's only Sandrock people around him, and he still goes 7 more yards than he should probably. Here, this sometimes they trick me. This was a fake handoff to John Ross, and then it cuts back to Jackson. I wasn't really expecting Jackson. I always would try to watch the ball. I wouldn't watch people. I'd watch where the ball was going or where I think the ball was going. And here I got it wrong, but it worked out because right when the bass hits or when the beat hits, it's you thought it was John Ross. Well, it's actually Cox, and Cox does not run that fast. That's sped up a little bit. But it looks impressive. He does not run that fast. Yeah. This is a good tackle for loss by Luttrell. And that's a great shot of the seniors. Since this might have been the last game and it was the last video, I wanted to include a lot of shots of seniors. And it was senior night, I think. So there's 4 seniors. I think that's Michael Lake, Cox, John Ross, and Hunter. And that's a cool shot, I thought. The rest of this is just, good shots. They're not bad shots, to say the least, but they're not, they're not into the video shots, in my opinion. Those have to be the best, but just because the way the song was, it just worked out that way. Carmichael scoring a touchdown. And, again, it kind of sucks because this shot, they don't have their pads on, but, or do they? No, they don't. Yeah, they don't. But it's a great shot of after the punt drill. Luttrell raises his helmet. The ball is raised up. It looks awesome. And then we cut to here. This is the Westbrook logo with some shake and some glow. Underneath it is another Westbrook logo. And I went and found or made logos for every team that we beat. So you have Weston Patriots. You have the Woodland Wildcats, the Clevelands, and the Raglan Tridents, I think. That is not their logo, but I found a trident. I think it was like pink originally, but I used Photoshop to make it purple. Coosa Crusaders, I don't know. Gaston Bulldogs, and you can't really see it, but that would be the something Panthers. Sorry. It's not Ohatchee. No, we didn't win. It's Raglan. No, it's Sandrock. Yeah, the one in this video. It's Sandrock. Sandrock, whatever. So it's all the teams we won, and we won against, and they all fade out slowly. They all dissolve into blur, and then the logo stays up there and stops shaking, and then the logo dissolves into a blur. Dissolves glow and then dissolves blur. And then you have like the stop, which I thought was pretty cool. And I had to find that character to copy paste into the text. And this is a font I have. So yeah, that was the hype video commentaries. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe look at them with a little bit more appreciation now. I enjoyed making these, and I enjoy letting people know a little bit more about the video making process. So if you have any other questions or comments or whatever, just email me, and I'll respond to all the emails. So thanks again for this opportunity, and I've loved being and making the videos and being with the football team and getting to know these guys. If you're a parent of one of the football players, keep doing what you're doing. You got some great guys. And if you are a football player or someone, thanks again, guys. I'll see you when I see you. And this is Matthew Merkel signing out. Thanks for watching.